Welcome into KSL Sports Rewind, our top 25 rankings video, as always presented by Tab Bank here on KSLSports.com. And Jeff, 1 week in the book, we had some surprising results from this last week. Really excited to see where these teams shook out in our opening week top 25 ranking.
There's not a harder ranking than week one. It's just tough. It's always surprising. The results are surprising. I'm excited to see how this shakes out. And we need to compare this year, Dane. What does the week one ranking look like compared to week 10? I got to feel like there's going to be a lot of shakeup this year.
Hey, I'm not going to lie, Jeff. I like that thought. Maybe we'll look at last year and we can have that conversation on our Friday night tailgate show. Come join us on KSL Sports. 97.5, 1280 The Zone on Friday night. Our pregame starting at 6:30. Our tailgate show starting at 7, and then we'll wrap up the night postgame. We'll be with you till 10:35 on Friday night on KSLSports.com. That's a great idea, Jeff. We're going to put a pin in that one for our tailgate show. Come join us for that conversation. But without further ado, let's get into our week one top 25 rankings video. We will release 5 teams at a time. We'll count down. Let's start coming in at number 25, Syracuse. The Titans coming off a tough road loss in week one. Springville coming in at number 24. Salem Hills, the Skyhawks in at 23. Crimson Cliffs, your 22nd ranked team. And coming in at 21, the Riverton Silverwolves.
At Syracuse, that was such a heartbreaker of a loss on a 2-point conversion inside the final 2 minutes of the game. The Titans aren't going anywhere. That's a really good Woods Cross team that they lost to on the road by 1. I think Syracuse climbs. Ledger White, Parker Moffitt. There's just too many weapons on that team. They're going to bounce back. Glad they held on to that ranking this week.
I think that Springville one too, Jeff. You talk about tough losses. They had a big lead in that fourth quarter, couldn't hold on the road at Alta. 2 teams to keep your eye on in the bottom part of our top 25. Let's move to our next section. Coming in at number 20, the Westlake Thunder in top 20 after week one. Congratulations to Westlake. In at number 19, Stansbury. Their come from behind victory over Skyline on Thursday night. Number 18, the Brighton Bengals sure looked impressive in their shutout victory over Westfield. Number 17, the Woods Cross Wildcats. And coming in at number 16, the Farmington Phoenix.
Brighton, man, I don't know. Maybe a lot of voters didn't get a chance to see how good Brighton looked against a Westfield team that had so many weapons on offense coming back. Coach Monzingo in game 1 pitches a shutout, puts up 34 points. I don't know what more the Bengals have to show. That was a fantastic performance on the road.
Well, they'll have a chance to show a little bit more this week. We'll see if they can build on that impressive week one. Let's move to our top 15, shall we? Coming in at number 15, the aforementioned Alta Hawks with their come-from-behind victory over Springville. Number 14, the Olympus Titans, another Region 6 team, had a blowout win in week one. Number 13, the Fremont Silverwolves, who looked mighty impressive in their rivalry matchup. And at number 12, the Ridgeline Riverhawks. And coming in at number 11, the Lehigh Pioneers.
I really like seeing Fremont here at number 13. They looked great against Weber. A pair of freshmen, Dane. We're gonna get to see Kyron Majors and Isaiah Fanoti Sataele, and we're gonna have plenty of time to make sure we get that.
Great job, Jeff. Wow.
We'll see if it was right. If you say it with confidence, I think people think you're right. Pair of freshmen, they're phenomenal. Fanoti Sataele had a pair of touchdowns. He had 2 catches, 115 some odd yards, and a pair of touchdowns. It's a pretty good freshman debut. He's going to go ahead and start, Dan, just in case you don't know what a freshman is. His first day of junior high is this week, but he's already got 100 yards of varsity receiving under his belt. Really, really strong performance for the Fremont Silverwolves this week.
I think they also had him credited with a punt return for a touchdown in that game, Jeff, in the box score. So he also impacted via special teams. You mentioned some young players there for Fremont. They'll get a chance to see if they can back it up this week because they're going to take on a team we've not mentioned yet in the Davis Darts. Let's move to our top 10. Coming in at number 10, the Timpview Thunderbirds. They had a 40-21 victory, I believe, over Layton in week one. Coming in at number 9, the West Panthers. A lot of talk about Camden Lopati and whether they can repeat as region champs and try to capitalize off in 5A this year. Number 8, the Skyridge Falcons coming off that disappointing loss to Mountain Ridge. Number 7, the Davis Darts falling to Corner Canyon in their season opener. And coming in at number 6, a team you like a lot, Jeff, American Fork.
I do. I really like American Fork. They've had the playmakers, they've had the studs along the offensive and defensive line for the last few years, but the quarterback spot has not been at that elite level. But with Jake Matsen there, I think they're going to get there. They looked great against Pleasant Grove this week. Jake Matsen in his varsity debut, first start, looked fantastic. He's only going to get better from here. Look for the Caveman. Don't sleep on them in Region 3. That's a really tough team for anybody to play on any given Friday night.
They've got some great talent on the outside as well, including Noah Beam, who had an impressive week 1. Beam him up, Jeff. That's going to be a saying we'll have all year long for Noah and that Caveman offense. So let's move to our top 5. Coming in at number 5, the Harriman Mustangs. Got a week 1 win over Bountiful. In at number 4, the Lone Peak Knights. Coming in at number 3, the Mountain Ridge Sentinels, who defeated Skyridge and come from behind fashion. In at number 2, Corner Canyon, coming in at the number 2 spot here after week 1, a dominating win on the road at Davis. And your number 1 ranked team in the state of Utah out of 5A, the Orem Tigers.
Man, Orem at number 1 makes a lot of sense. You look at all the talent that they've got on both sides of the ball. It makes sense. We didn't get to see them. They played out in Hawaii. And if you just look at box scores, it doesn't look super impressive. But my gosh, they had tropical storms, moving game times at different times. I don't know when they found out, if it was mid-air when they were on their way to Hawaii, that the game was going to be a day ahead. So just really challenging circumstances and a really good team in Kamehameha that Orem beat. Look for the Tigers now getting back into their home state. You're going to hear a lot more about the Orem Tigers.
Yes,
that's a really good football team.
And to your point, Jeff, it's just week 1, right? So, all of our pollsters all trying to get their grasp on, well, how good is this team and how good is that team? And we're going to find a lot out here in these first couple of weeks. I love the point you mentioned about where you start in week 1. It probably looks a lot different by the time we get to week 10. We'll have that discussion looking back at last year and maybe have that discussion prognosticating for this year on our Friday night tailgate show. Again, join us on 97.5, 1280 The Zone, or on KSLSports.com for our Friday night tailgate. Congratulations to everyone. We made it through week 1. A lot of work still to be done here across the state. Want to remind you, you can have or catch live game streams every Thursday night and Friday night right here on KSLSports.com as we bring you the most high school coverage that's available, and catch us on social media as well, as we all have other videos coming out all week long highlighting all the performances across the state. For Vince Francis, Jeff Hansen, my name is Dane Stewart. Thank you for joining us on our Top 25 Rankings video presented by Tab Bank.